Hello, welcome to this video. Welcome to this video course. I am so glad you trusted me. Welcome to this course. My name is Saka Maria, and of course, I'm sure you must have heard about me, whether know me as either Map Corporate, or Saka Maria, right? So my name is Saka Maria, as I said, and in this video, I'll be guiding you through on A to Z school registration. We'll be covering a lot of things in this video. So I just want you to stay to the end and watch carefully. Take notes, take point of everything that needs to be done. So first, we'll be looking at what is SCUML. Some people call it SCUML, some people call it SCUM, some people call it EFC certificate. It's still the same thing. It all depends on what you want to call it. So we'll be looking at the idea behind it, what businesses that actually require SCUML. Is it all businesses? Is it for specific businesses? We'll be looking at that in this video. Why do they even need it? Why this specific business that needs it, why do they need it? We'll be talking about it. What are the major requirements of SCUML registration? If you are trying to register for a client or you want to register yourself to get this EFC certificate, what are the requirements you need to ask them? Okay, then what are the steps of this SCUML registration? And of course, we will be looking at the practical walkthrough video. We'll be looking at the practical walkthrough video. I'll be getting through the practical walkthrough video on how to successfully register your SCUML. Now, let me state this as a disclaimer. This registration is completely free online. Completely free online. You are not paying 1 naira. Is that not a good news? Yes, it is. Okay. So, but you may want to wonder that, oh, but why does some people charge so high? Why? You will get to know why like that. So, if you want to do this as a service, you want to help people to register, definitely the processes are differs, right? So if you want to rely just basically on what you have done online and waiting for when the certificate will be out, you can charge as low as 15,000, 10,000, 20,000, depends on how you can do your marketing. And this is, you charging for your time, your data, and every other thing, logistics. And you wonder how why some people are charging high as maybe 50K, 40K, and all that. This is just to help them to get the certificate ready on time, right? So, but for the purpose of this class, we are sticking to the online process. If you need um, any guidance on how to get your certificate on time, you can always reach out to me. Okay, so but don't worry, in this video you will learn how to do everything yourself on online. Now let's dive into it. So lesson one, we'll be looking at SCUML. SCUML is an acronym for Special Control Unit Against Money Laundering. It is an acronym for Special Control Unit against what? Against money laundering. So it's actually a unit under EFCC. So they look at it like, okay, how can we, they look at it in a way that how can we stop a way to know how money, funds, and all these things are coming into the business. And like I said, it's not for all businesses. We will get to that part for you to know the kind of businesses that requires SCUML, the kind of registration that requires a certificate. But it's actually a unit under EFCC just for money laundering, to be able to see, like the money the name implies, money laundering, against money laundering, to be able to track if there's any money laundering activities that is going on in a business and all that. So it is also a function. Its function is also to monitor the financial operation of the certain category of businesses that I will be talking about. That's its function. It's just to monitor the financial operation to be sure that these businesses are really into these businesses. They are not trying to divert divert funds, or do one or two things or the other just to hiding under this category of businesses. Do you understand? That is why EFCC said, you know what, we are going to have this. So for this kind of businesses, you need to have EFCC certificate so that we can monitor the financial operation of the certain category. So before during the time of the recording of this video, SCUML certificate is now online, is no longer hard copy. So before now, around last year, in fact, not even around last year, as I just said 2024, around, just should be around April or something, the two registration I did, I collected the hard copy from Abuja. I helped my clients. But after the two, EFCC stopped giving out, issuing hard copy. So what that means is that once you are done with your registration and all that, you are just to download the certificate and send to your client. And say to your client, EFCC does not give hard copy certificate. So there is now like CAC. If you paid for my CAC course or something, you will see where I mentioned that, right? So CAC 2 does not give hard copy, except if you just want to print out CAC certificate for your clients, like we do in MAP Corporate. And one good thing about this course is that if you have bought my course on CAC registration, it's going to help you to add it as a value added. What do I mean? Take for instance, you have a client who register under real estate or something like that. They cannot. Okay, I don't want to. Let me keep that. We are going to get there. There is a slide for that. Okay. So here is a function to monitor the financial operation, like I have said, for certain category of businesses. Now let's look at why do they need SCUML? Why do they need the certificates? Number one, to open a corporate account. To open a corporate account for their business. So they can't open a corporate account without the certificates. That is, I'm going to still mention all the businesses, even though in this course, I'm going to attach the PDF of those who need this certificate, right? So if, take for instance, you are doing CS registration, it's something you can tell your clients, that advise them, number one, that if you want me to add this to your nature of business, or because they think they open a limited, they want to add all heaven on earth under that businesses, that so category of business we need SCUML if you want to open a corporate account. So you're giving them that advice, before doing the registration. We help them prepare their mind that, okay, let's go ahead. I will prepare for that SCUML once is needed. And if they know they don't want to pay for SCUML, they can remove it, right? And so for those who will still want to go ahead, so you now doing the registration, you are telling that, okay, I do this, I can help you get your SCUML certificate. You can even charge them all together. You can charge them all together, because that's what we even do in MAP. We when a client comes and they tell, the first thing I ask them, what is the nature of your business? What do you want to do? So once I see it falls under that school, I will let you know. So some of them are like, okay, that's fine. And most of them are always, because that's what they are really into, and they cannot change it because they want to do registration. So they'll just be like, MAP, you know what? Do my CS registration. I will help them to do the task clearance, because you need TIN number before you can register them for SCUML. I will help them to do task promise, then register them for this SCUML. So you see, it's all together in one package. So now, another reasons why they need these certificates is that they need to use it to withdraw money from their business account. See, there are some marketers, some some bankers, just because they want to meet up with their sales and tell them, they will like, don't worry, bring it, we'll open it for you. So once they open it and their business requires SCUML, they won't be able to, that account will be frozen. They won't be able to withdraw money from that account until they provide that certificate. So don't let any bankers or anyone deceive you that if your client is into the business I'm about to mention, they don't need it, is a lie. So most of them, a lot of people's money are what hanging because they can't do any transaction without this certificate. So yes, that is why, the major reasons why they need SCUML. Now let's look at businesses that require this certificate. What are the businesses? What are the businesses that really require this? Sorry. So the first I have here, I have dealers in precious stones and metals. We all know precious stones. Those who are into precious stones, gold, and all that, they need it. So if you have a client that wants to register under this nature of business, just let them know that they will need SCUML certificate before you go ahead. We have law firms. You know, of course, you know lawyers now. We have law firms. Without it, they cannot open a corporate account. If they are registering as a law firm, they can't open a corporate account without this certificate. We have non-profit organization and then NPOs. So NPO means non-profit organization, and we have NGOs. So that is businesses, organizations that are not making profits. Let's put it that way. Okay, so it's basically founded to impact people, to help people. We have church, we have mosque. It's not for profit making. So those are NPN, NPOs. So, and we have NGO too. So if your business is under, if they are kind of service, that's what they do. They also need common certificate before they can open a corporate account. We have dealers in luxury goods. Luxury goods, all those that sell luxurious things. So far you are dealing with luxury goods, you can't open a corporate account without this certificate. We have hotel and hospitality services. Hotel and hospitality services. If you have a client who wants to register under this category, they need SCUML certificate. We have accounting firms. Of course, you know what an accountant means. So if you want to operate an accounting firm, you cannot go ahead to do that without opening a corporate, sorry, without having a SCUML certificate. We have construction companies. We have dealers in jewelry. We have casinos, pool betting, and lottery businesses. We have dealers in real estate. This one is very common. And this, if you are not familiar with all the things I've been mentioning before, you will know about real estate. So we have dealers in real estate. So without it, they cannot open a corporate account. We have mortgage brokers. We have mortgage brokers. We have car dealers if you're into car. So there's a client of mine that I'm doing registration for. He's into real estate. And he told me he sells car. But real estate is his main thing for now because he has not really, focused on the car part. I was like, okay, since you are into real estate, it's something we can just add the car to there, because whether you like it or not, you still need this SCUML certificate. So it's best to just add it to it, and we did. So we have audit firms, we have law firms, accounting firms, audit firm. They need SCUML registration before they can open a corporate account. We have estate surveyors and valuers. We have consulting companies. We have supermarkets. We have supermarkets. We have tax consultants. We have merchandise and farming, and we have clearing and forwarding companies. You see all these businesses I mentioned, they need this certificate before they can open a corporate account. So don't worry, I'm going to attach the documents for you to see the list of businesses and of course their requirement and all. But I'm going to take my time to explain their requirements so that you can know what you need to get from your client. Please, if you don't have all these details ready, don't go ahead to do the registration. Don't go ahead to do the registration, because before you know it, you'll be logged out, and you find it very difficult to log in again. So make sure that all the requirements I've been listing in the next slide they are ready before you even proceed to the portal for your registration. Okay, so now let's get into it. What are the requirements for SCUML? You need your CAC certificate and status report or memorandum. Of course, you know your CAC certificate, that's number one criteria. The business must have been registered either as a business name or as limited. So because if you deal with any of these kind of, if you are in your business or your client business is any of this category of businesses, whether as a business name or company limited, you need SCUML. So you need the CS certificate, you need status report, report, that's the application for status report. You need your memorandum, right? Memorandum of, you need your memorandum. So yeah, you have to make sure that all these things are complete. The second requirement is TIN, that's tax identification number. You need the client TIN for the company. Okay, the company must have its own TIN. So if you don't have it, all your sales certificates. So before now, a limited registration used to come with the TIN, used to come along with it. So but now a lot of glitches has been coming up. So, but now, there has been glitches from CAC portal that the TIN number is not coming up on both business name and limited registration. So what that means is that if you have a client who wants to do registration and they don't have TIN, you have to first register them for TIN. Get their TIN number before you proceed for this SCUML registration. We have business/directors bank account details. So some of them might have opened a corporate account before, maybe through the agents telling them that don't worry, it's us, we open it for you, and at the long run they could not successfully open it. So they might have bank account details, but in case the business does not have, any of the directors or the sole proprietor can use his or her own account details. Okay, the number 5 is the email address. Do I advise that you create one? Because SCUML is going they are going to send notification this thing to that email for the login details. So you may not want to be calling your clients up and down. However, of recent we noticed that SCUML now, they automatically, even though you provide a new one, they will send the login details to that old one, to the sorry I say old, to the main email address that is on that CAC certificate. So yes, what you just need to do in that part is to call your client to forward the email he or she received from SCUML to you. I hope that part is clear. So next is company's address, because everybody knows what company's address is. If you don't have company yet, you can use your home address. Then you have the phone number, you have the nature of business, you have BVN, that's the client's BVN. You need BVN. Without BVN, you won't be able to proceed, right? So you need the client's BVN. So you tell them that that's one of the requirements. Some of them may be skeptical that no, I cannot leave my BVN. No, you need it. If you don't have it, you cannot continue. You need your name, national identity number. You need it. In fact, by the time we reach our last slide, which is the processing time, you will you will notice that when you are doing your registration, you will by the time you are doing your registration, you will see that they specifically requested for this name, not national ID, not voters ID card or international passport. No, it's just for, remember, the purpose of having this is to make sure that the account is not being used for something else, for fraud and all that. So they need your name. So don't ask me that can I use my national passport, the national passport, things like that. No, you can't. You need your, for now, at the time of this recording, is your name that is needed. Okay. So the 10th one here on my list is professional documents. Professional documents where necessary. There are some businesses that require some licensing. Okay. So again, I'm going to attach the document in this folder so that you can see all that documents that might likely be needed and for some specific businesses. So make sure you go through it before you even maybe collect money from the client or something. Ask them for their nature of business to be able to know if it is needed, if you need that or not. So some of this, most of this information, like the company's address, phone number, nature of business, can be seen on the client and the status report of that company. Okay, so that is for requirements for SCUML. So SCUML processes. Number one, give customer the requirement to provide and make sure all the required documents is available before you begin. Send it to them, let them provide you all the necessary things before you proceed. Then the second step is that create a new email account for user. I've already explained this, sorry, or use an email that you have, that you can be able to monitor. Just make sure that your client is on standby so that you can get the login login details that will be sent to our email from her. Okay. Then third one is to watch the practical video and apply accordingly. Apply what is being taught accordingly. Then monitor the process on a weekly basis. Call the phone number. I'll be showing the phone number. You can call, the email you can send, email you can send emails to. Okay. So yes, I think that is all. So there are additional requirements for some businesses. Check the appropriate in the PDF. Like I said, I'm going to attach a PDF in this course. So make sure you check it so that you can know other required additional required document. So but for the basic ones are the what I just listed. If the business does not have any, what's it called now, does not have any additional requirement to provide, you can easily use the information, the one I provided for the client. Okay. So yeah, I believe you enjoyed this video. You've been able to learn one or two things. You've been able to learn what SCUML is all about, the idea behind it, the businesses that require SCUML. Why do they even need it? What are the major requirements? Okay, I believe we've done justice to that. So I will see you in the live practical video. Okay, thank you and have a nice day. Talk to you soon.